Well, there is internal dissent brewing in Facebook over its recent handling of international affairs and bowing down to government's demands. According to an article published in the well-known New York Times, many employees working in the social media giant have expressed their anger over their responses to posts related to India and Israel. Well, in this article, the New York Times said employees are miffed after the Indian government directed the company to remove posts critical of Modi and his government over the handling of the pandemic in April, and also during the second wave that wreaked havoc in India in the month of April. The Modi government had asked Facebook, Twitter and Instagram to remove posts, including those demanding Modi's resignation. Under attack by its own employees, Facebook has denied government appeasement. It said that content is removed after review of the company's policy and local laws, and they do not bow down to government pressure. Shifting focus now, just over 8 months ahead of assembly elections, split within the Punjab unit of the Congress is now out in the open. The growing turmoil in the Congress ranks has left the party leadership in deep worry. Punjab Chief Minister Captain Amrinder Singh is in Delhi and he met with the three-member panel of Mallikarjun Kharge, JP Agarwal and Harish Rawat to quell the dissent. MLAs and ministers are raising the issue of existence of land, sand, drug, cable and illicit liquor mafias in Punjab, and the autocratic style of functioning of the Chief Minister as the reason behind their disgruntlement. Moreover, dissenters are fuming over the government's failures to fulfill the poll promises and their inability to solve 170 cases of sacrilege.
मैंने सिर्फ इतना कहना आपको कि हमारी इनर पार्टी डिस्कशंस हैं and I don't propose to share it with you. Number one, जो है ये इसलिए की गई है because हमारी 6 महीने के अंदर इलेक्शनें आ रही हैं and this is introspection जो हम अपनी पार्टी में करते हैं और वो ही किया है हमने। मैं कोई इशू नहीं।
डिफरेंसेस को हम लोग नैरो डाउन करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं और हमारी कोशिश रहेगी कि हम जो है एक यूनाइटेड फेस के साथ 2022 के चुनाव में जाए।
हमने सबको बुला के बड़े आराम से तसल्ली से बात की, उनके मन में क्या है, वो क्या चाहते हैं, कुछ प्रॉब्लम है नहीं है और आगे चुनाव में हमें जाना है तो कैसे जाना चाहिए। सबने अपने मन की बात कही। मुझे को मेजर डिफरेंस ऑफ ओपिनियन कहीं नहीं लगी।
पंजाब दे मंत्री संतरी विधायक पूरी दी पूरी कांग्रेस पार्टी टुकड़े टुकड़ियां च वंडी हुई है और टुकड़े टुकड़ियां च वंडे होए जिहड़े ग्रुप्स ने सत्ता हथियान वास्ते एने कि अद्धे क पंजाब दे फार्म हाउसां च बैठे ने, अद्धे दिल्ली कांग्रेस दफ्तर च बैठे ने। कोई चिंता नहीं कि पंजाब दे अंदर महामारी दी लड़ाई और पंजाब दे अंदर इस सेकंड वेव च 2.8% डेथ रेट आया है।
Well, CBSE has cancelled the 12 board exams but are yet to finalize a criteria based on which students can be evaluated and a subsequent result can be given. Well, so the suspense over the criteria assessment is now a concern for students. Meanwhile, in a surprise move, Prime Minister Modi also joined a session with CBSE students organized by the Education Ministry. Here's more.
Exams have been cancelled. But what now? For nearly 10 lakh students who were set to appear for the CBSE Class 12 board exams, the news of its cancellation came as a huge relief. But now that euphoria is turning into nervousness. The suspense over results and the impending university admissions has become a new cause of concern. So how will the students be assessed? The Central Board of Secondary Education is considering two options. The first option is to assess the students on the basis of their performances in Class 10th, 11th final exams and Class 12 internal exams. The other is to give weightage to Class 10 board exam results and internal assessments in class 12th.
12वीं का जो भी क्राइटेरिया डिसाइड होगा वो कंसल्टेंसी के साथ होगा, जस्ट एंड प्रॉपर होगा और किसी बच्चे का किसी तरह का नुकसान होने की कोई गुंजाइश नहीं होगी.
What is worrying the students is that the admissions in foreign universities and higher education institutions happen around August.
जैसे हम हर साल करते हैं मेरिट आधारित एडमिशन लेते हैं, वैसे ही इस बार भी मेरिट आधारित प्रवेश हम अपने छात्रों को देंगे. बोर्ड से जो भी उनको मार्क्स मिलेंगे उन्हीं मार्क्स को आधार बना करके दिल्ली विश्वविद्यालय अपनी मेरिट का निर्धारण करने वाली है.
The CBSE maintains that the results will be out before college admission process begins.
लेकिन जैसे बाकी साल परीक्षाएं होती रही हैं और रिजल्ट उसके बाद आता रहा, ऑलमोस्ट वही प्रोसेस उतना ही समय लगने की उम्मीद है. मान के चलें कि उनके जो एडमिशंस हायर इंस्टीट्यूट फॉरेन कंट्रीज में होंगे उसके पहले रिजल्ट देने की हम स्थिति में रहेंगे.
The Supreme Court on Thursday directed the CBSE and ICSE to place on record well-defined objective criteria for assessment of students in 2 weeks. The bench clarified that it will not give more time for placement of objective criteria, as many students will be taking admissions in colleges in India and abroad. For class 10 students, marks would be broadly provided on 2 broad premises: the performance of the student in previous exams and classes, and the performance of the school in previous board exams.
10वीं के बारे में क्राइटेरिया ऑलरेडी हम लोगों ने देश को बता दिया है कि वहाँ कमेटी होगी जिसमें 8 मेंबर होंगे, स्कूल एंड सेम स्कूल दूसरे स्कूल होंगे, प्री बोर्ड, मिड टर्म, यूनिट टेस्ट, प्रीवियस परफॉर्मेंस के बेस पे करेंगे.
अच्छा, कैसे हैं आप सब लोग?
On Thursday, Prime Minister Modi held a surprise virtual interaction with students of class 12th, where he discussed their future plans.
परसों जब आपने सुना उसके पहले टेंशन थी और पेंशन गई, ऐसा है क्या?
बिल्कुल सर.
मुझे अच्छा लगा सर, क्योंकि मतलब अगर मैं परीक्षा देता तो वो प्रेशर बढ़ता जा रहा था, एक सैचुरेशन पॉइंट रीच हो चुका था और हम देख रहे थे कि इतना सेफ भी नहीं है और आपने बिल्कुल समय से इतना बेहतरीन निर्णय ले लिया.
The big test now is for the CBSE, that will have to formulate the assessment criteria for class 12 students that will be both fast and fair. Bureau Report, India Today.
Well, what caused the deadly surge of COVID-19 cases in North India? Well, 2 months after the second wave in parts of North India and the 4th wave in Delhi, a government study shows that the surge is attributed to the Delta variant, which is 50% more infectious. I filed this report earlier. It infects more, 50% more than the Alpha or the UK variant, and it took over Delhi in the month of March. The B.1.617 variant, called the Indian variant, ravaged Delhi city and other parts of North India, leading to a sudden spike in cases and deaths in the month of March, April and May. It indeed was the variant first sequenced in India, which means it was discovered in India in September last year, and infamously called the Indian variant. Now rechristened to Delta B.1.617, and its lineage B.1.617.2 is what led to mayhem, say scientists. The study accessed by India Today has been done by a consortium of labs and India's National Centre for Disease Control, establishing this well beyond doubt. Here are the highlights. Delhiites had high seropositivity of 56%, which means that 56% of Delhiites had high antibodies against COVID-19. But this did not protect the population. Until February, B.1.1.7 or the UK variant was dominant in northern India. After March, B.1.617 took over. The March outbreak was because of B.1.617 and its lineages. This has higher transmissibility but does not increase severity of the infection. So in spite of higher transmissibility, the variant was not actually causing more deaths. The increase in deaths can be attributed to a stretched healthcare system, the report says. It also says that most states like Delhi, Andhra Pradesh, Gujarat, Maharashtra, Odisha and Telangana are seeing more cases of this variant, which means more infections.
By and large, it is either already the most dominant in state by state or it is rising. Given its advantage over the other variants in terms of being able to replace them because of high transmissibility, it will be a relatively safe guess to say that in time to come, this will be the dominant strain wherever it is not already.
The study also shows that fully vaccinated breakthroughs are because of this variant. The country has seen several cases of infections after vaccinations, all caused by this variant. It is infecting even those who have got 2 doses of the vaccine.
All variants, such as the B1351 from South Africa, B117 from UK and B16172 from India, all of these variants are known to escape or have some ability to bypass antibodies to past infection or vaccination.
Vaccination would offer better protection compared to any of the variants infecting and the herd immunity induced by them. Go forward in understanding the total protection offered by vaccination as the only reliable goal as we move forward.
Importantly, this study seems to be suggesting that prior infections are offering just no protection against this new variant, as has been in the case in the national capital. So if you've had COVID-19 in the past, there is a possibility of reinfection from this new variant. Also, partial vaccination is certainly not the solution to this. Experts are saying that there needs to be a global and a comprehensive response for the containment of infection being caused by this dominant variant. In New Delhi, Sneha Mordani for India Today. Well, the World Health Organization is tracking 4 variants of concern. They've identified 4 variants of concern and have rechristened them now. They're called Alpha, Beta, Gamma and Delta. The B.1.617, the variant that has been sequenced in India, will now be called Delta. I explain what exactly is this variant and how this is becoming a dominant variant in other countries too. Take a look. It is a variant dominant in India and wreaking havoc in different parts of the world. We explain what exactly is B.1.617 and what are the lineages of this variant. First, the origin. Identified via genome sequencing in India, in common parlance is called the Indian variant. The World Health Organization says a virus variant should not be named after a country. India too has been upset about this. B.1.617 was identified in Maharashtra in October last year. What about its impact vis-a-vis the transmissibility of this variant? It has been understood only gradually is what scientists are telling us. The B.1.617 variant, first detected in India, is now prevalent in more than 54 countries globally. In countries other than India, the first cases of the variant were detected in late February 2021, including the United Kingdom, the United States and Singapore. B.1.617 viruses are divided in 3 lineages, which is B.1.617.1, B.1.617.2 and B.1.617.3. According to the World Health Organization, B.1.617.1 is found in 41 countries. The second one, B.1.617.2 in 54 countries and B.1.617.3 in 6 countries. The World Health Organization has declared this variant a variant of concern. Meanwhile, its lineages, which is B.1.617.2, is a VOC, B.1.617.1 and B.1.617.3 are variants under investigation. The WHO says this variant has increased transmissibility. Disease severity is under investigation. Risk of infection is under investigation. Possible modest reduction in neutralization activity is being seen. So what exactly is a variant of concern? Well, to be classified as a variant of concern, it must pose a risk to public health over and above the original Wuhan virus. This could be due to changes in transmissibility, to see how easily it spreads, disease severity, its ability to evade detection by viral diagnostic tests, and also reduced effectiveness of treatments, or an ability to evade natural or vaccine-induced immunity. What about vaccines and how effective are they against this variant? The Indian Council of Medical Research says that Bharat Biotech's Covaxin is able to neutralize B.1.617, although with lower efficacy. The WHO says that current vaccines will continue to be effective against the variant. Well, in an update in the month of May, they said there may be some evidence of reduced neutralization though. In a study that has been conducted by the Public Health England, has found 2 doses of either the Pfizer and the BioNTech vaccine or the AstraZeneca Oxford vaccine called the Covishield in India may give effective protection against this variant, though there are some studies that suggest there could be low level of antibodies induction by the AstraZeneca vaccine against the subvariant, which is found in more than 54 countries, and that's the B.1.617.2 variant. Well, it's a big boost to India's vaccination drive. The centre has booked 30 crore doses of Hyderabad-based biological ease COVID vaccines. The Health Ministry has also made an advance payment already of rupees 1,500 crore for what is going to be the second made in India vaccine to be used in the country. Here's more.
Hyderabad-based biological ease coronavirus vaccine is the next indigenous made vaccine in India's vaccine arsenal. This will be the second made in India vaccine to be used in the country after Bharat Biotech's Covaxin. The Health Ministry today pre-ordered 30 crore doses by making an advance payment of rupees 1,500 crore to the company. The doses will be manufactured and stockpiled by Biological E from August to December and are likely to be available in the next few months. Biological E's vaccine is currently in phase 3 clinical trials after showing promising results in phase 1 and 2, said the government in a statement. The data is not public yet. The vaccine is expected to be much more affordable than the ones being used in the international market, such as Pfizer and Moderna.
The advance orders from the government side to Biological E is part of the government's plan to push indigenous vaccine manufacturers in the country. Biological E has also been given a financial assistance grant of rupees 100 crore from the Department of Biotechnology in the country. Besides this, the company has also tied up with Johnson & Johnson to make another COVID-19 vaccine shot, providing at least 600 million doses by the year end. It's certainly a company to watch out for. In New Delhi, with Ajay Thakur, Milan Sharma for India Today.
Welcome back. US Vice President Kamala Harris has dialed Prime Minister Modi. She spoke with him last evening and discussed the COVID vaccine cooperation between the two countries. During the interaction, the US Vice President informed Prime Minister Modi about the plans of America to make vaccines available in India. She's assured the Prime Minister of supplies to India as part of the US strategy for global vaccine sharing. The leaders discussed ongoing efforts to strengthen the health supply chain also between the US and India, including in the area of vaccine manufacturing. They highlighted the potential of the India-US partnership as well as the Quad Vaccine Initiative in addressing the long-term health impact of the pandemic. The Prime Minister expressed his appreciation to Harris for all other forms of support and solidarity that India has received in the last few days. During the interaction, the Prime Minister invited US Vice President to India once the situation normalizes in the country.